So here we go. What do? We distribute.
3/4 into 8m.
Not into 3/4 times 8. What's 3/4 times 8? Okay. So if we want to write it out, because you're going to have to, right? You want to write it that way, you can. And you can make it 24/4 and make it 6. Or you can cancel and make it 6. Do you remember that? You have to remember this. I'm going to give you nothing but fractions when I'm out. You're going to have a whole page of multiplying and dividing with fractions. Just because I'm mean. I am. Times 8 is 24/4, which is 6. 3 times 2 is 6. Over 1, which is 6m. Good? All right. So you can also cheat. You know, you can also just look at it, right? Say, oh, well, my 4 and my 8.
Can you just
Make
do
this a
3 times?
1 and a 2. You can do 3 times 2 and say it's 6m, right? You could say, okay, there's a 3 here because it gets canceled with the 4, right? And then you say 3 times 3 is 9z. If you can get there, you're doing great, right? If not, right in the middle step. 3/4 times 8m plus 3/4 times 12z. Oh, horrible z. Well done. Oh, having a day. Okay? And no matter how you do it, no matter what way you want to do it,
I
what?
get 6m plus 9.
Because 3 times 8 is 24. 24 divided by 4. 24/4. That's what this is, right?
Yeah.
Is 6. And then we just carry the m with it, right?
Yeah, what about 9z? Isn't it 12z?
Okay. 3/4 of 12 is 9. But here we go. 3 times 12 is 36, right? So it's 36/4, which is 9. I don't see any glasses. Dude, check your bag. Big bag. Okay, so we have 6m plus 9z. We'll do the same thing with the thirds. So 2/3 times 9m, and we already know that that's 6m minus 2z, right? But we're going to write it out. 2/3 times 9 is 18 thirds, which is 6m. Good. Minus 2. What did I say? 2/3 times 3z. So that's 6/3, which is 2z. Right? Good? What?
Can I share my way of multiplying fractions?
Yeah.
So I take, say, it's 2/3 times 9. I divide 9 by the bottom number, so I get 3. And then I multiply it by the top number.
Right.
And then this gives me 6. Multiply 2 times 3.
Right. Do you show it like that?
No, I just do it. just comes to me on that.
No, that's fine, that's fine.
But with bigger numbers, yeah, I do that.
Like, when it's not
Like, if it's-
completely even, right?
Yeah.
If, let's say, 5/14 times 21, right?
So like that, I would.
So you'd have a half, right?
Yeah, so that would.
Right?
be two,
So a 2 and a 3,
yeah, two,
it'd still be 15 halves, right?
7.
But I'd love to see it as 15 halves.
Oh,
Leave it.
alright.
That's a higher level math skill right there.
I was always told to bring.
Don't. You're not a baby anymore. Does that make sense?
Alright,
Like we're getting to higher level stuff.
yeah,
So when we get to higher level stuff, leave it as an improper fraction,
alright.
unless asked to change it into either a decimal or a mixed number.
Alright, got
Is
it.
that okay?
Just-
It is,
just
it is.
Divided by, just.
Yeah, because they're both divisible by 7, right? And so you divide both by 7. Okay, but I'm gonna apologize in advance. Here's why you don't know fractions. Here's why you don't like fractions. And this video is gonna get me in trouble. You had elementary school teachers who were fantastic reading specialists. But when it came time to teach the math, they didn't really have a great handle on it. They didn't like fractions themselves. So they only read what was in the text, had you do what was in the text, got through it as quickly as possible, passed everybody through it, and said,
That's true.
because they didn't have a handle on it themselves. So I apologize that you had those teachers. Cool? Cool. Way back when there was homework, but this is what we're going to start with today. In your notes, your heading today is still solving equations. And I think I gave you the skills practice page, but we didn't put it on the board or anything.
Which one, sir?
I think it says 1-3 skills practice.
Sir, I didn't get it because I wasn't here.
Possible.
I have 1-3 study guide.
Oh, so I didn't hand out the practice or the skill practice. Okay, cool. Let's go through the practice page first. We'll work on these in class. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I apologize.
I don't have one.
No one does, apparently. I'll get you the study guide intervention page, which is right there. Oh no, I made a mark on it. Are you gonna be okay?
No, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Oh, Ding Dong said that?
What, sir?
The ding dong.
I'm ready.
How'd the soccer game go on Friday?
No, sir.
So what Bray did when he was goalie
Alright,
is he went to go scoop up.
Hey,
You
Come on,
dropped,
man.
you literally had the ball in your
Okay,
hand
but that
and
was
you
my-
dropped it into
That
the
was
goal.
my first game
Just because
as
you're,
goalie.
okay, so,
What is this here?
hey,
that doesn't,
hey, both of
okay,
you, stop.
just because you're, that's
I-
just the first.
all right, forget it. No one cares.
Just drop the ball.
No one cares. Apparently, all we're gonna do is fight.
I don't know why you're talking shit, bro.
You're on video.
I didn't start this, he wants to do it.
That's true. It's a symbol as well.
How do I write an expression for 2 more than the quotient of a number and 5? 2 more than the quotient of a number and 5.
Would be N1.
Yeah, in order. N over a number and 5. Cool? Got it? It's on here. On here, on the practice page. 2. The sum of 2 consecutive integers. Ooh! The sum of 2 consecutive integers.
Wait, sir, would it be negative N plus negative N?
You can write it like this. I'll give it an X instead of an I. Right? A consecutive integer, right? It's the next one in line. Does that make sense? Say, so we're going to have the sum of 8 and 9, right?
Wouldn't it be different numbers then?
Why?
Isn't X always the same number?
But if I put in X and then Y, then Y can be anything. This tells me that it's the next number up because I've added 1 to it.
Sorry, I thought that was an equal sign. I don't know what I'm thinking.
Cool?
So it'd just be equal sign.
And so this is my next consecutive integer. Cool? We're all right with that? We can take a test on this so far?
No.
Let's skip down to 5. Five says, write the verbal sentence. Translate this into English.
So would it be the difference between 5 and 2 times the number equals 4?
Okay, the difference of 5 and twice the number is 4. Now, you ready? I'm going to scare you. Igumwaye. Look at your paper and say number 5 out loud.
5 minus 2x equals 4.
Okay? So why not write 5 minus 2 times the number is 4? I mean, it's cool to say the difference of, right?
Well, sir, I could say that we're like,
You could, right? Is that also true?
I could,
Right?
like, I'm just used to my teachers telling me not to use those ones, just to get used to the other ones.
Okay.
So I can
Yeah.
just say 5 minus 2 of a number.
2 times the number or twice the number, yeah. Yeah.
Number
Why not?
equals 4.
Do we want to make this more difficult? Do we want to make it more complex? Do we want to make it sound better? Sure. Difference is a much better term, right? It makes you sound smarter. I'm good with that. But if Randy wrote down, if Mr. Hadaway wrote down 5 minus 2 times the number is 4, that's perfectly valid. It's totally fine. We still see that. Cool? All right, one more translation, then we'll move on. Woo! Yeah, let's try 7.
Wouldn't it be triple C equals C minus 1 times 2?
So you say thrice C or triple C, thrice a number.
Why don't you just say price C? Because I have price in it.
You can say 3 times. You could say, I thought you wanted to be fancy.
No, sir.
That's why I said thrice. All right. Triple a number
Equals,
is or equals.
or keep it as simple, sir, equals
Yeah.
C minus 1 times. Or would be C minus 1 in parentheses times.
Equals 2 times that number minus 1. Or 2 times the quantity, that number minus 1.
The same.
Right? It all works.
Well, that's too fancy, sir.
But the term you need to learn for higher math, for physics, maybe Cam, I don't know if he speaks math that way, is that when something is in parentheses, we call it the quantity of.
See, bro, I forgot how to say that, so.
So that's the English translation of putting something in parentheses, right? So equals I can say 2 times the quantity, and then you can just read it in order of that number minus 1, or the difference of that number and 1, right? You love that difference. That's good. Didn't think we had to translate math into English, did you? Yes, Mr. Egamwai.
Yeah, I'll put down something else.
What'd you put down?
I'll put down twice the quantity of a number subtracted by 1 is equivalent to twice that.
Cool! That's way cool. I'd give you extra credit, but I don't give extra credit. Aren't I mean? A horrible just failed the class. Good. Let's move on to number 8.
So you forgot to put the uno
The what?
the uno.
Oh, minus 1. Sorry. Uno. We're going to be multilingual here. 9, right?
No, that's.
Let's not do 8. Let's do 9. 9. If t minus 13 equals 52, then 52 equals t minus 13.
Which is worth that same thing.
Well, what is the property? What's the property we're using?
Cooperative? No.
Do you have the?
Associative? Is it like inverse? No. That's
Okay, so
the
you're-
No, you're right.
I thought it was like-
Oh, you're right.
So what if we-
You're right. Is it inverse?
So is this something to do with replacement?
It's identity, right? It looks exactly the same, doesn't it? Cool. Not going to try and trick you. Okay, I would give you, what would I give you? We could say,
Would it just be commuted?
the property of equality. You were right. You were right the first time with this page. I'd stick with addition. Here, let's look at 11. What did we do? Look at 11. If h plus 12 is 22, then h has to equal 10. What did we do to solve? What did we do to solve on both sides of the equation? To solve for h.
Subtract.
Say it again, right?
Subtract.
We subtracted. So we're going to say we use the subtraction property of equality. Okay? And we'll be able to list that on an assessment. Not as important in the middle of this page as it is when we're solving an equation. So let's go ahead and start looking at 13 through 16. Start solving. Do you remember how to do this? Everybody remembers how to solve equations? Kind of, sort of? 14 equals 8 minus 6r. Oh man, 14 equals 8 minus 6r. You're gonna blow it. They set you up for failure. They did. All right, so what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? How do we start?
Subtract 8 from both sides.
Yes! Whoa! 6 equals negative 6r. Right?
Yes.
Wow! They can't fool Hadaway. Well done. Well done. Now, what do I do next?
Divide.
Divide by -6.
That was a big trick. They put the negative 6r over here. And you guys already had it. That's what it needs to look like on a page. Make sure it looks like that. If it doesn't look like that, I start taking off points after the second assessment. And we're going to be solving a lot of equations. Should I do 15 first? So we can play with the fractions?
No.
Because you guys can do 14.
14 is n.
I don't care, right? Remember, I don't care about the answer. I want you to be able to solve these properly. I want to see every step,
Yes, sir.
or else I get irate. Let's do 15, please. Just like we started the day. 3/4 minus 1/5. 3/4 minus 1/2 n equals what, 5/8? Is that what it says? Yeah. Okay, what do I do first? What do I do first? What do I do first? Anybody? Janik, what am I going to do first? I got to isolate n, right? So I got to get rid of this guy?
Yeah, 4.
How do I undo it?
By making it
Multiply it.
6 over 8.
Can we, okay.
Don't you flip it?
2/4.
We're definitely not going to flip it. Okay, now what do I do?
Subtract.
How did you use 6 over 8?
I just multiplied both by 2. Both the numerator and denominator by 2. Because I'm going to be doing some subtraction over here. You need common denominators to subtract. 5/8 minus 6/8 is how many eighths? Now, if you didn't see that, Hadaway, and you just started here, and you just did this, you would still have to convert this to eighths to do your subtraction.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sienna saw it first. Did I say your name right?
Yeah.
Is that right? Oh God, someone said your name differently the other day while you were on the pitch, and I was like, oh my God, I've been calling him the wrong name forever. I mean, for 2 whole weeks. So we will go ahead and make this -6/8 anyway, because it's the same thing, and then subtract and still get our -1/8. Okay? But that's how we do it. If I can factor it up, what do I need to multiply this by to get that? Oh, well, it was 2. Then I would have to multiply my numerator by 2 to keep my fraction the same. Cool? You've seen that before.
Is that the answer?
We're not done though, right?
Yes.
We still have a -1/2 n. Cool? N is being multiplied by -1/2. How do I undo multiplication?
Divide.
Division. So let's divide by -1/2. Wow, you guys hate this. Look at that, a fraction divided by a fraction. All right, anything divided by itself equals 1, right? So we know that part's easy. We know that this just gives me 1 n on this side. When I divide with a fraction, here's where flip it comes in, Mr. Bray. I multiply by the reciprocal of the divisor, right? So I multiply by the reciprocal of the dude on the bottom, or the dude on the right. So this is 1 -1/8 divided by -1/2. This
Would it
is
just be 1/4?
this is baby stuff.
Would it just be 1/4?
It is just 1/4, right? We would end up multiplying by -2, which is
Then it's positive.
2/8. It is positive. All that work, when we could have seen, we'll just flip it over, multiply, yada, yada. Positive 1/4. Who hates fractions? Don't. Love the fraction. Love the fraction. I know you guys don't like it. I know you can, would you please for me, KOMS, cool. Oh, good, 15 minutes. Would you please take $10 to do 16, 17, and 18. Please. 16, 17, and 18. As best you can. Come on, man. I'm gonna have to make you stand for the whole class. I understand. You've been like this the whole time I've met you. The whole time I've had you in class. I'm not mad at you for it, but I need you to perform these tasks. That's all. You're not a bad person, you're a nice guy. Isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir, which numbers did you want us to solve?
15 through 17. 15 through 17. Please. Whew. Too much coffee. Thanks, buddy. If you need help, let me know. Oh. Here it goes. Anybody in 10th grade here?
I don't think so. Sullivan, aren't you in 10th grade?
I'm in line.
So which ones are we doing here?
15, 16, 17.
I get my own notifications that I'm live. Don't worry about that.
So what are we doing?
You're done?
I have one problem though. No, I'm just asking.
Well,
Anything?
when we're done, we're gonna go chat. Where's the soccer game today?
Mass. All the way like in the Kensington area.
Nice.
Kensington?
Area is near $2.
It's 13.
So we're gonna see zombies?
Yes, unfortunately.
Alright, sir.
We're working construction down there.
So I'm done.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
This one, something special.
Nuts and bolts. Yeah.
17 articles here.
Could you do me a huge favor?
Oh, done too.
You said you're done, right?
But I said, this is like the homework.
I appreciate that more than you know. Would you do me a huge favor? Would you please erase where it says 9 in solving equations?
And like 1, 2, 5, 7.
Oh, shoot, I wrote 15 and we did 15. Crap. Could you put 16 up there for me?
You did give us three. Oh, yeah, it was already solved. Yeah, I was.
Has anybody else completed this task and would like to write number?
So erase 16?
So leave 15 there. You can erase 13 and everything underneath as well. Yeah, that too. And then you'll write 16 and someone else do 17 on the board for me. Anybody want to step up and write 17 on the board for me? Before I call on somebody and make them try. 5, 4.
I'll just do
There are a ton of markers up there. Oh, look. You write this.
Wait, so you're gonna write out all 16?
Yeah, you write 16, as Sienna will write, put 17 up there. Yeah, you have a marker? You good? All right. Yay,
Look, I got
we're gonna get help. Help is on the way. Two intelligent children up at the board.
Sure, you want this? Look at
Show
this
their
house they're
solution.
doing out.
I would love it.
I told one of the chiefs stand I was gonna bite my butt.
Is it okay? You don't mind, do you?
No.
This is how I clean my board. I will fill this thing up.
That's what I did.
Wouldn't that be great? I wish I could let you.
Mass Sergeant Pigeon today. Mass Sergeant Lopez.
I didn't even know where he was.
Why? Why was he so mad?
So first of all,
So
we got our next weekend
on the
leave.
second floor.
We have our weekend leave revoked because of a person. I'm not gonna say who, but
Okay.
they
Yeah,
took an
you're
Uber.
you're still being recorded, so.
Yeah, they took an Uber, and well, not an Uber. It was a college kid's car.
What?
They rode
They
in a college
rode
in a
with a
college
college
kid.
student.
Yeah, but
somewhere.
they lied and said it was an Uber, and so they got in trouble for saying he went in an Uber.
Come on.
But again, I'm not gonna say who.
I got you. Thank you.
If I was you, I would shut the fuck up.
Ready?
Whoa! I didn't say. Whoa! I'm not.
He didn't rat him out. He didn't rat him out.
The camera's on, and that's gonna be posted on YouTube.
That's why I didn't
Just
say
shut-
who.
shut your
That's why I
fucking
didn't
mouth
say
right
who.
now.
Whoa, dude!
Whoa!
Everybody just shut up.
What do you feel like?
Doing too much.
So someone made a mistake, that's it.
This is good.
I think it looks great. Cool.
Oh yeah, I have coaches on.
All right, so the last thing we're gonna do is talk about what we see.
We had a project, yeah.
I see it, okay. I don't want either of you to think you did anything wrong. I want to show you how this, sorry about that. Big fat legs, taking the whole table with me. I want you to see where, let's not use red. Red has a horrible connotation, right? Let's use blue. This is what I would like to see. So we knew we were going to need 12ths. So this must be Sionic. He knew we were going to need 12ths. So he did that subtraction. Okay, so he amped it up, multiplied both the numerator and denominator by 3, or you multiply by 3/3, which is 1, right? Multiply anything by 1, it stays the same. And then I would do that. And then I do that. So 11 minus 9 is 2/12. Could I then take my 2/12 and simplify it? Yes, but I know I'm going to need 12s here, right? So I might as well go ahead, and the division symbol is great. Show me that that becomes 1, just to have it in your head. If you don't, not a punishable offense, if you know what I mean. He knows multiplied by the reciprocal, it's going to be 2/10 or 2/10, which is 1/5. Great. Box it. Okay? That shows me you know you're done.
I already knew that one.
Cool? You didn't do that one? Was that you? Was that you and White? Oh, hey, look. I'm telling Sionic what he needs to do. See how I sort of cleaned it up a little bit? But this, box it, most important. We weren't here for that when I first did it. This is great. We subtracted 5, we get rid of it. Subtract 5 from -7 8/10, -12 8/10. Hey, look at that. Yeah, 128. Cool. Yeah, 128. Way to go, 16 times 8. Perfect. Love it. All right. I want you to do for me, I want you to try to do 21 through 24 as homework tonight. But I'm not going to be mean about it. We'll go through it tomorrow. Does that make sense? I am not going to be grumpy, and I want you to attempt it to get a grade, to get a homework grade. But I'm not going to be mean about it. We will go through that tomorrow. Was it 21 through 24, right? Yeah, 21 through 24. And I'm going to post this video, which will